I did a video breaking down some of my viewpoints politically and socially, and this person here says, so you are a libertarian. Just found out that's where I lean to. No, I am definitely not a libertarian. I am a liberal. I'm not a leftist. I'm a liberal. Leftists consider me conservative, and that's fine. That's how they view me. But I'm a liberal, and here's why I am definitely not a libertarian. When you look at the libertarian viewpoint, the libertarian ideal, you can agree with about 50% of it, and 50% of it you're just horrified by. I've known several libertarians over the course of my life, several really good guys. But from a political standpoint, I couldn't disagree with them more because every single one of them to a man. Like, okay, so for example, one of the things I agree with the libertarian movement is all drugs should be decriminalized. You shouldn't be given criminal consequences if you become addicted to a substance. We should treat substance abuse like substance abuse, but we shouldn't criminalize drug use. As a free citizen, you should be able to put whatever the hell you want in your body. I agree with that. That's a libertarian viewpoint I agree with. I have never met a libertarian in my personal life that doesn't hold that viewpoint. I've never met a libertarian in my life that doesn't hold the viewpoint, you shouldn't make me put a seatbelt on. I'm going to put a seatbelt on because I want to be protected in the case of a car accident. Every single one of them will tell you that. But every single one of them will tell you, you shouldn't make me, by law, have to wear a seatbelt. And I agree with that. I don't have a problem with laws that say that you have to protect the kids in the car. They have to be in car seats. They have to be buckled, this, that, the other. But as a grown adult, and I do wear my seatbelt, but as a grown adult, there should not be a law that says I have to wear a seatbelt or I have to wear a helmet when I'm on a motorcycle. I think that is something that the government shouldn't get involved in our lives with. On the other hand, every single one of those libertarians also believed that the civil rights movement was a huge mistake. The government getting involved in the civil rights movement. I've had every single libertarian I have ever known in my real life, when I've had this conversation with them, say, the reason why you can't, through the legislative process, say that you as a diner, as a restaurant, have to serve everybody and you cannot exclude black people is because that's a huge government overreach, and that's the government getting involved in our lives in a manner that they shouldn't get involved in our lives in. And what'll happen is the free market will take care of that. If there's a restaurant that won't serve black people, that restaurant will go under because nobody will want to eat at that restaurant. And the libertarians failed to understand that the reason why the civil rights movement happened, one of, obviously, a million reasons why the civil rights movement happened, is because restaurants were not going under, right? They were able to deny service to people, and that's not the kind of society that we want to live in. If you're open for business, you're open for business for all. The libertarians are hardcore against that. Every single libertarian I've ever met says that the only thing that the government should do in regard to its involvement with U.S. citizens is protect us from a military standpoint. That the government shouldn't be involved in whether or not our air is clean, our water is clean, whether or not our meat processing plants are safe and clean, whether or not you should be able to serve somebody that you don't like. They think all of that is a massive government overreach. And so when I can hear things that I agree with, wow, okay, you shouldn't tell me I should have to wear a seatbelt. I'm a grown adult. I live with my consequences. I go, yeah, I agree with that. We should not criminalize people for getting addicted to drugs. I agree with that. You shouldn't make me wear a helmet. I agree. And those are just a few examples. But then you hear this other stuff. Restaurants should be able to discriminate. We shouldn't have government checking on our workplaces. OSHA shouldn't exist. No, absolutely not. So no, I am definitely not a libertarian. Not to mention the fact the Libertarian Party doesn't hold a primary. The party itself picks the Libertarian candidate and then tells you who your candidate is. And I've had Libertarian people, multiple Libertarian people over the course of my life that just vote for the Libertarian no matter who it is, right? And people will go, well, you vote blue no matter who. I also voted for John Kerry in the primary many, many years ago. I voted for Republicans on the local level. Used to. I won't vote for another Republican until they get their heads out of their ass. But the Libertarians, they will look at me. I've had them look at me and go, oh, you vote Democrat? You're a fucking sheep. Oh, you vote Republican? You're a fucking sheep. Anybody who votes for the two-party system is a fucking sheep. And then they walk into the voting booth and vote for the person who their party told them they were going to vote for, and who never wins a single state. Tornado siren time. So no, I am definitely not a libertarian. I'm a liberal Democrat.